A UFC legend steps down, Dustin Poirier's farewell to the Octagon. Here's a bold statement: one of the UFC's most feared fighters is stepping away from the Octagon at the peak of his powers, and it's not because he's lost his edge. Dustin Poirier a legend in the sport, is retiring to prioritize what matters most, his family. But here's where it gets controversial. Is walking away from a career at the top a sign of weakness, or the ultimate act of strength? Let's dive in. At 36, Poirier remains a force to be reckoned with. With victories over heavyweights like Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, and Benoît Saint Denis, he's proven time and again that he's among the UFC's elite. Ranked number 6 among lightweights and headlining UFC 318 against Max Holloway in his hometown of New Orleans, Poirier could easily continue dominating. So, why now? The answer is simple yet profound: family. My wife has been with me since before my fighting days, and she's been asking me to stop for a long time, Poirier shared with NBC News. My daughter has been echoing the same sentiment. After 30 wins in 40 fights, most of them grueling, fan-favorite battles, Poirier is heeding their call. But this decision isn't just about love, it's about long-term health and legacy. I want to be there for my family for the long run, he explained. I want to watch my daughter get married, to be present for her, not just physically, but mentally. I want to leave this sport with my mind intact. Getting punched, kicked, and kneed in the head for 18 years? That's not sustainable. Poirier's decision crystallized after his June 2024 fight against Islam Makhachev, where he suffered a 5th-round submission loss, his 3rd championship defeat. With the Max Holloway defeats Dustin Poirier in retirement fight UFC 318 highlights. Max Holloway's dominant victory over Dustin Poirier marks a pivotal moment in UFC history, cementing his reign as the undisputed BMF champion while sending a bittersweet farewell to one of the sport's most iconic figures. At UFC 318 in New Orleans on July 20, 2025, the showdown between the two legends delivered a high-octane spectacle that left fans on the edge of their seats. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite Poirier's efforts to make a final statement, Holloway's relentless pressure and tactical precision proved too much to overcome. Poirier, 36, made it clear this would be his last fight, a decision that carried immense weight. He'd spent years chasing titles, including a hard-fought interim lightweight championship in 2019, and had already etched his name into the annals of UFC lore with wins over Conor McGregor, Anthony Pettis, and even Eddie Alvarez. Yet, the question remains, could this retirement bout be his best? The answer lay in the ring. Holloway, ever the masterclass in control, used his speed and agility to dominate early. His first takedown was a masterstroke, setting the tone for a fight that would test Poirier's resolve. Even when Poirier fought back in the second round, landing a flurry of punches and nearly landing a guillotine choke, Holloway's resilience kept him grounded. The third round saw Poirier's jab shine, but Holloway's strategic adjustments ensured he maintained the upper hand. This wasn't just a retirement fight, it was a battle for legacy. Poirier's decision to retire on his terms, as he told NBC Sports, reflects a man who understood the value of a clean exit. "I'm not getting forced out of this," he said. "I'm choosing to walk away, and that's very important to me." But for Holloway, this win was more than a title defense. It was a declaration that he's still a force to be reckoned with, even after a recent knockout loss to Ilia Topuria. And this is the part most people miss: Holloway's future isn't written in stone. With a performance this strong, he's positioned himself perfectly to challenge for another title. A rematch with Topuria, though unlikely, could be the next step. But let's be honest, this fight was a masterpiece. It's a reminder that even in retirement, the greatest fighters leave indelible marks on the sport. So, do you think Holloway is ready to take on the next big challenge, or is this the start of his decline? Sound off in the comments below, because the story doesn't end here. Max Holloway vs. Dustin Poirier 3. Epic battle ends Poirier's career. UFC 318 highlights. UFC 318, Holloway vs Poirier 3, main card results. In a thrilling showdown, Max Holloway, the Hawaiian fighter, burst out of the gate with remarkable intensity, reminiscent of his performance against Justin Gaethje at UFC 300 last year. He managed to inflict early damage on the local favorite, Dustin Poirier. However, Poirier quickly regained his composure and retaliated fiercely, delivering a series of punishing blows to Holloway in the latter part of the second round, much to the excitement of the enthusiastic crowd supporting him. As the fight progressed into the next two rounds, these two seasoned fighters exchanged a flurry of strikes. Holloway, known as Blessed, showcased a diverse array of attacks and maintained a higher volume of punches. Yet, Poirier was not to be outdone. He responded with powerful, precise shots that kept the fight competitive. In the final round, the two rivals continued their back-and-forth battle, with Holloway's output clearly surpassing Poirier's individual power punches. True to form, Holloway invited Poirier to engage in the center of the octagon during the last 10 seconds of the match. Poirier accepted the challenge, and both fighters unleashed a barrage of strikes until the final horn sounded, marking the conclusion of Poirier's remarkable career. Ultimately, all three judges awarded the victory to Holloway, making him the first fighter to successfully defend the BMF title while simultaneously stirring up excitement at the top of the lightweight division. Although Holloway emerged victorious, the spotlight in the closing moments shone brightly on Poirier. The beloved fighter received a heartfelt farewell, complete with a touching tribute that allowed him to express his gratitude and bid farewell to his fans. For more details, check out the prelim results here. https://www.ufc.com/news/prelim-results-highlights-winner-interviews-UFC-318- Holloway vs Poirier 3 New Orleans. The official scorecards here. https://www.ufc.com/www.ufc-scorecards-UFC-318- Holloway vs Poirier 3 New Orleans, and to order PPV, click here. https://www.ufc.com/ppv